I'm at Portland Nursery with Sara. And so Sara, we need to talk about today about pest control.
Yes.
It's sometimes we don't want to talk about it, but to have all the beautiful fruits and vegetables and flowers, sometimes you have to take care of pests.
Yes.
So what do you think?
Yes. I think it is the last thing we really want to talk about today. But I think that, first of all, we always recommend starting with just like barrier methods. So like put up some chicken wire, build a, for deer, you get a little extreme, you build a fence or something. So chicken wire is just really helpful. You can line the bottom of your raised beds with chicken wire so moles can't get up and be eating your vegetables. Or we have to put up fencing every year around our vegetable garden because those bunnies just love to eat all of our stuff. So chicken wire is a great one. It can even work over like vines and different things that like squirrels might be getting into. Squirrels are really a big one with that you kind of need to keep out of things sometimes.
It's a challenge.
so it's really nice, just because you're talking about pest control doesn't mean you have to whip out the chemicals and all that right away.
Right. And so we do have some things here that they're all organic, and so we're going to talk first about those pesky slugs.
Yeah, so slugs are at the forefront of our mind, I think, right now, especially with all the wet weather that we've had, and this time of year, it seems like all of a sudden they just kind of explode.
Yes.
I actually really do love using beer traps and copper tape. So if you have anything that's off the ground, you can use copper tape. They won't go over the copper.
Okay.
So that was a little bit hard to find in 2020 with some of the shortages. I think it's pretty well fully stocked now. And beer traps, you don't have to, buy a special beer trap, which we do sell, but you can use an old yogurt container or something, and then just put some cheap beer in there, and they really are attracted to the yeast. So there are some other ways that we can do this without chemicals, but this is organic, so there's that. And the Sluggo Plus is great because it doesn't just get rid of the slugs, it gets rid of we've got earwigs, cutworms, sow bugs, pill bugs, slugs, and snails.
Wow, so many more that it'll take care of.
Yeah, especially with the cutworms. Once you've kind of got a problem with those,
they come back.
Yeah, they'll come and eat a lot of the stuff that you don't want them eating. So.
No, right. And that I think that's a great idea. So you're getting everything all at once, one application. And then we have Captain Jack's, and so I really like this one because of the spider mites. Because sometimes you cannot find a good spray for spider mites. Spider mites
can be really hard, and so we did pick things like each of these things is going to cover a lot of different pests, but specifically for spider mites, this one is just a really great option. Again, it's organic and easy to apply.
Right. So the Captain Jack's is great for spider mites and so from other creepy crawlies, but then we have this other one called Monterey BT.
Yeah, and we picked that one for the geranium budworm, which if you have had a problem with that one before, you are going to want to do something preventative because you're not going to want to have to deal with that all over again. So this would be a great preventative method for that.
And then what does that budworm do? What is the damage that you'd see?
Yeah, so it's going to go in and eat the buds of the flowers. So it's going to just take the, you planted geranium that's for show, and it's going to go in there and make it so it's not so showy. Yeah.
And I see that it's for other caterpillars too, because I think that we think everything is going to be a beautiful butterfly, but sometimes those moths lay destructive caterpillars.
Right, and they can be causing all kinds of havoc, and so yes, this does work for caterpillars as well. So really there's a good coverage, but unless you're having a problem, like if you have a problem, give us a call. We can give you advice on what to use. Maybe there's a more targeted approach for whatever specifically you're dealing with. So it is something where, especially for pest management, we like to go with the least aggressive, and we can help guide people on that as well.
Right. And then this one is interesting because this is actually a trap, codling moth trap. So what do codling moths, what does that larva from the moths do?
Yeah, so they lay the larva and it goes into the apple and just kind of eats it from the inside out, and that's not very fun. You get enough rotting apples with
you can't enjoy
the apple tree. So with this way, you set the trap, and that way it's completely, not a chemical prevention, but you are You told me it confuses the male.
It confuses the males.
So,
it's kind of funny, yeah, because it's a pheromone, and it just kind of it throws them off, so they don't mate, and so then there's no little baby caterpillars, and so then there's no damage.
Yeah, so it seems okay, not really hurting too many people. Just
just
too many
the moths.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is the time to do it because it's going to be, everything's starting to flower, everybody's going to start getting active, and so then you can prevent it and you're going to have all those apples for yourself.
Yes, as soon as you see the flower buds opening, you need to have these out there for prevention.
Yeah, definitely. So we all want beautiful flowers and beautiful fruit and vegetables, so you just have to do a little bit of work, a little bit of prevention to have all that beautiful things in your garden this year. So please come on down to Portland Nursery on Stark Street or in Division, and they really are knowledgeable people to help you solve those problems that might be in your garden this year. Thanks so much, Sarah.
Thank you.